Hi everyone. I just wanted to go over the spot removal tool in Lightroom and how you can use both the cloning and the healing options on it to retouch your images. So this is an image that I took at the Grand Canyon, and if you can see up in the top left-hand corner, there's just a little bit of a tree branch there, and it's just kind of distracting. It's just kind of floating there in the air. So I'm going to go up here to the navigator, go to the 1:1 ratio so that we can see that a little bit better. And I'm going to go over here, and you can see I've got my spot removal tool is activated, and I've got the clone option activated. Right there is the healing one, but we're going to start with the cloning. And I can use either right here where it says size, I can change the size of my brush here, or I can use my bracket keys. Use the right bracket key to make it bigger, my left bracket key to make that clone step smaller. So I'm going to go over here and we're going to just kind of start cloning. So, it got rid of part of that tree, but it started to clone another part of this tree up above. So it's not, quite what I wanted to be doing here. So, Lightroom will pick a place to sample and to clone for you. And sometimes it does a really good job of that, and sometimes it doesn't do such a great job. So you're going to want to click on here, and then I can move that. I can move it clear down in here if I wanted to, and repeat parts of the mountain or any other part of the image that I wanted there. I don't want to do that, but I could do that if I wanted to. So, I'm just going to kind of move it around here till I get something that I think matches, and you can see that the colors aren't quite getting there. That right there is pretty good. So we're going to start with that. The other thing is we start moving in here and we get a bunch of little dots. It gets kind of hard to see what you're doing. So I'm going to go and hit my H key on my keyboard, and it's going to hide those. So I don't have all those little dots that are confusing me when I'm working. If I wanted to activate one of them again, all I have to do is toggle back and hit that H key again, and I can pick those and select those. The other neat thing I can do is once it's selected, I can come here and I can change the opacity. So you can see that it's only taking part of that color from the other area. You can still see that tree branch through there. So it's not an option for this particular spot that I'm cloning, but sometimes it's a really good option to blend things better, is to lower that opacity. Anyway, let's move on here, and we'll hit the H key, get rid of that, and we'll do a little more cloning. Like that one in particular was not a good fit, so I'm going to go here and maybe move that there. Go along through here. Let's remove those again, hide them. We're going to start from the bottom. Oftentimes starting from the bottom is going to give you your best fix on these things. Yeah, not going quite as well as I'd hoped. So the other thing I can do is go in with the healing tool and go, and it will take a sampling kind of around the area, and it blurs things a little bit. So it's kind of making that maybe a little bit better. Okay, then I'm going to go back to the clone tool again, and I'm going to clone that area right there. Maybe a little more here, more here. I'm going to go back. I don't like those ones. There. Okay. Oh, no, don't like the mountain one. Go back on that one. All right, I'm going to go back to the healing brush. And at this point, I am going to lower my opacity and see if I can just do a little bit of fine tuning here. I'm going to bring this up just a little bit. Opacity down just a little bit more. Up just a little bit bigger. And I think that looks pretty good there. So let's put it back on the screen, see what it looks like. All right, and I think that that does it. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of idea of how to effectively use your clone tool to kind of finesse your images. Good luck.